Hello friends, in the previous lecture we have studied the concept of partitions of set. If X is any non-empty set, the partition of X is nothing but the pairwise disjoint collection of subsets of X whose union is the whole set X. Today we are going to see one important theorem on these partitions of set. The theorem states that let X be any non-empty set the equivalence classes of an equivalence relation on X induces a partition of X, and the second part says that given a partition P equal to set of all A alpha contained in X such that alpha belongs to index set of a set X, the relation to be in the same subset A alpha is an equivalence relation. Further, the equivalence classes for this equivalence relation are the subsets A alpha. So let us prove the first part. It is given that X is non-empty set. So let X be non-empty set. So let equivalence be the equivalence relation on X. Once you know the equivalence relation, we are able to find the equivalence classes. So we consider a set where it is collection of all equivalence classes of the elements of X. So let us consider P is equal to set of all equivalence classes X such that X belongs to X. That is, P is collection of all equivalence classes of the elements with respect to the equivalence relation. We claim that this P is partition of X. Means we want to show that P is pairwise disjoint collection of subsets of X whose union is the whole set X. So firstly we prove that union. So the first part, let X belongs to X. As X belongs to its equivalence class for all x belonging to x, and these equivalence classes are nothing but subsets of x. This implies that x is nothing but union of all equivalence classes such that x belongs to x. So this x is nothing but union of all the equivalence classes where x belongs to x. Means that x is union of all the equivalence classes of elements of x with respect to the equivalence relation. Also we know that any two equivalence classes are either identical or disjoint. Therefore, if xy belongs to x and x is not equal to y, obviously equivalence class of x intersection equivalence class of y must be equal to empty set. Because x is not equal to y, those equivalence classes are not identical, so they must be disjoint, means that the intersection is empty. So observe that both conditions of partitions are satisfied. Pairwise disjoint collection, so it is disjoint, and whose union is the whole set x. So this implies that both conditions of partition are satisfied, that is P is collection of pairwise disjoint subsets of x whose union is whole set x, implies that P is partition of x. In short, what this theorem says, the first part says that if you know equivalence relation on any set x, we are able to find the partition. And how to get the partition? This is nothing but collection of all equivalence classes of elements of x, that gives a partition. So the collection of all equivalence classes of the relation equivalence gives a partition of x. That is first part. In the second part, we will prove that if you know partition, we are able to find the corresponding equivalence relation. So consider the second part. Let P is equal to set of all A alpha which are subsets of x, and alpha belongs to index set, be a partition of x. This is given to us that it is a partition of x, means that P is pairwise disjoint collection of subsets of x whose union is whole set x. We want to show that this partition gives us corresponding equivalence relation. So for any two elements x and y in x, we will define a relation x is related to y if and only if x and y belongs to same subset A alpha of P. Alpha is in index set. We claim that this relation is an equivalence relation. That is, we want to show that the relation is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. So firstly, to prove that it is reflexive, when it is reflexive, if x is related to x, and when x is related to x, if x and x both belongs to same subset. So it is obvious as x and x belongs to same subset A alpha of P for all x belonging to x implies that x is related to x for all x belongs to x implies that this relation is reflexive. Now we will prove that it is symmetric also. So the second part, to prove that it is symmetric. To prove that it is symmetric, let us start with two elements x and y in x. So let x and y belonging to x be any two arbitrary element, and let us assume that x is related to y. This implies that x and y belongs to same subset, say A alpha of P. What this implies? Y and x also belongs to same subset. If x and y are in A alpha, obviously y and x are also in A alpha. So y and x belongs to same subset A alpha of P. This implies that y is related to x by definition 1, and therefore x is related to y implies that y is also related to x for all x and y in x, and therefore this relation is symmetric. Now we will prove that it is transitive. So let us start with three elements x, y, z in x, arbitrary element x, y, z in x, and let us assume that x is related to y and y is related to z. We want to show that x is related to z. Now what is meant by x is related to y? This implies that x and y belongs to same subset, say A alpha of P, where, and because y is related with z, y and z belongs to same subset, say A beta of P, where alpha and beta belongs to index set. So x and y belongs to A alpha and y and z belongs to A beta. So if you observe, y belongs to A alpha also and y belongs to A beta also, this implies that y belongs to both. So y belongs to A alpha intersection A beta. But we have said that P is set of all A alpha and it is pairwise disjoint collection of subsets of X. If you say that it is disjoint collections and we say that y belongs to, so this must imply that A alpha is equal to A beta, because y belongs to both, but being partition, it is pairwise disjoint collection, and therefore as A alpha, either A alpha intersection A beta is equal to phi or A alpha is equal to A beta, but A alpha intersection A beta is not phi in this case. Either this or this. but because A alpha intersection A beta is not phi, as y belongs to that, implies that A alpha must be equal to A beta. Therefore, x and z belongs to same subset A alpha, that is same as A beta of P, implies that x is related to z, because A alpha and A beta are same. Now x and z also belongs to same subset, so x is related to z. So x is related to y and y is related to z, implies that x is related to z for all x, y, z in x, implies that this relation is transitive. The relation is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. This relation is reflexive, symmetric and transitive, implies that, so this implies that this relation is equivalence relation. So if you know partition, we are able to find the corresponding equivalence relation. And how to find the equivalence relation? Take those elements related to each other which lie in the same subset of partition, that gives us equivalence relation. Now we prove that the equivalence classes are nothing but these subsets A alpha itself. So to find the corresponding equivalence classes, so let us start with an element x belonging to x. But what is x? We know the partition of x. P is the partition and P contains all A alpha. So what is x? X is nothing but union of A alpha, where alpha belongs to index set and A alpha are subsets of x. So it is union of A alpha, implies that x belongs to some A alpha. For some A alpha, alpha belongs to index set. As x is equal to union of A alpha and x belongs to x, implies that x belongs to some A alpha. So let us assume that x belongs to A alpha. Now what is equivalence class? The equivalence class of x is nothing but set of all y in x such that x is related to y. What is meant by x is related to y? Y belonging to x such that x and y belongs to same subset of P, say A alpha, whatever in midway, of P, and as x belongs to A alpha, obviously y belongs to A alpha, because we are saying x belongs to A alpha. So y should belongs to A alpha and set of all y where y belongs to A alpha, so it is nothing but A alpha itself, and therefore equivalence class of x is nothing but subset A alpha. So the equivalence classes of this relation are the subsets A alpha. So we have proved that in the first part, if you know equivalence relation, find the corresponding equivalence classes, and the collection of all equivalence classes is nothing but the partition of x. So equivalence relation gives us equivalence classes. In the second part, we have proved that if you know partition, then define a relation such that x is related to y if and only if x and y belongs to same subset of the partition. This is equivalence relation. So given a partition, we are able to find the equivalence relation. We will consider one example and show that how to get a partition and the corresponding equivalence relation. So let the set A is equal to 1, 2, 3. Find all partitions of A and hence write the corresponding equivalence relation. So we have given a set which contains 3 elements. What are the partition of an integer 3? If you have 3, the partitions is nothing but 1 plus 1 plus 1, or it can be written as 2 plus 1, or it can be written as 3 plus 0. So 3 can be written in terms of partitions as 1 plus 1 plus 1, 2 plus 1, 3 plus 0. So what are the partitions of this set A? These are the partition of integer 3. So consider the partitions of set A. And also find the corresponding equivalence relation. Now see, for the first one, if you have the partition of 3 as 1 plus 1 plus 1, we are able to write down separate 1, 2 and 3. 1 plus 1 plus 1 means that, why this is partition? If you take their union, it is whole set A, and if you take the intersection, it is empty set. So obviously this is partition. Now from this partition, we are able to write down the corresponding equivalence relation. And how to write down the equivalence relation? Those elements which are in same subsets will be related to itself. So 1 related with 1, because they are in same subset. 2 related with 2 and 3 related with 3. So this is the equivalence relation. Consider the second partition corresponding to partition of integer 2 plus 1. So 2 plus 1 means 2 elements in one set. Suppose 1, 2 in one set and 3 in another set. So this is one of the partition. 2 plus 1. So what is the corresponding equivalence relation? Those elements which are in same subset will be related with each other. So because 1 and 2 are in same subset, they are related with each other. 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1 and 2, 2. They are related with each other. Because 3 is separate, 3 will be related with itself, and therefore 3, 3. This is the equivalence relation. For 2 plus 1, now we will consider 1 and 3 in one set and 2 separate. So this is again of the type 2 plus 1. So what is the corresponding equivalence relation? Consider 1 and 3 in one subset, so they are related with each other. So 1, 1, 1, 3, 3, 1 and 3, 3 and 2 with 2. So 2, 2. This is the equivalence relation. The next one, 2 plus 1. Now I will consider 2 and 3 together and 1 separate. So what is the corresponding equivalence relation? These are related with each other because they are in same subsets. So 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2 and 3, 3. They are in same subsets. And 1 is related with 1. So 1, 1. Now consider 3 plus 0 means all the 3 together. 1, 2, 3. So what is the equivalence relation? It is nothing but A cross A, or every element is related with each other. So 1 is related with 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 1, 3 2 and 3 3. So this is the corresponding equivalence relation. So there are 5 partitions and corresponding 5 equivalence relation. So observe that those elements which are in same set are related with each other. That gives us the equivalence relation. If you know equivalence relation, we are able to find this partition. So go oppositely. See how to find this partition. Suppose you know R4. Suppose you know R4. R4 is nothing but 2 2, 2 3, 3 2, 3 3 and 1 1. So from this, how we will get the partition? We will find, this is equivalence relation. So we will find the equivalence classes. What is equivalence class of 2? Those elements which are related to 2. 2 is related with 2 and 2 is related with 3. So 2, 3. This is same as equivalence class of 3 also, because 3 is related with 2, 3 is related with 3. And equivalence class of 1 is nothing but 1 itself, because 1 is related with 1. So observe that, collect all equivalence classes. So collect equivalence class 2 and 1. Equivalence class of 2 is nothing but 2, 3 and equivalence class of 1 is nothing but 1. So see, from relation we can find partition, and how we get that? We collect the equivalence classes together. Equivalence class of 2 is nothing but 2, 3 and equivalence class of 1 is nothing but 1. So we get the partition. So from partition we will get the equivalence relation, or from equivalence relation we are able to find the partition of the set. So today we have seen important theorem on partitions, and we have the idea that every partition gives us equivalence relation, and every equivalence relation induces a partition of X. In the next lecture, we will study the next concept known as functions. Thank you.